Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on Archive D-Style here. Let's talk some World Cup soccer. If you're listening on Archive, leave a comment and tell me what you think. And take a moment and thumbs up the video. Right? No, for real. Just go and take a moment, thumbs up the video. Right? Also, if you're listening on Archive, take that moment, hit that notifications button. That way you're notified every time D-Style comes on, especially with the World Cup ending. We'll get back to some political vids, get back to some boxing vids. You want to hit that notification button. That way you're notified. We hope anyway. I mean, I don't know. There's been some controversy with notification buttons lately, but just press it anyway. Like if you already have it pressed, like unpress it, press it again. Right? It's all good. Okay, first of all, I know I did the switcheroo somewhere in the middle there. I had originally picked France to win the whole thing. When we got to the round of 16, I fell for the spell, all right? I got hypnotized by that Brazilian spell, whatever, you know what they do in Brazil? Like they have like vigils and shit for Brazil to win the whole thing. I think I was hypnotized by that. And I switched my pick, and then Brazil got eliminated by Belgium in the quarterfinals. Then I went back and they said, all right, I'm going to go back to my original pick of France. So I still get some credit, don't I? I think I still get a little bit of credit. Maybe not full credit, but like 75% credit. Maybe 70%, but I get some credit, right? But anyway, France wins the World Cup, everybody. Francia, campeones mundiales. I don't know how to say it in French, so spare me, right? But I said it in Spanish and English, right? They give two languages. It's not their own. Right? But France did win. They went out there. They won their group. They beat La Poderosa Argentina. They beat Argentina and Messi in the opener. They defeated a really good Uruguay team in the quarters. They defeated the dark horse of that tournament in Belgium. Belgium kind of snuck in a lot of people. But I think you saw what I told you they were going to beat England. I didn't even want to talk about the third place game, though. Honestly, I don't even feel like the English players cared about that game. But I still told you Belgium was going to beat England, okay? England didn't take anything home, right? It's coming home. Not even a third-place trophy. Nothing. No bronze medal for England, right? Not even a bronze medal. They get nothing over there in England. Nothing. You go home empty-handed. It's coming home. Nothing's coming home. And then, so you got England not advancing. I mean, not winning their third-place match. But then you have Croatia. Man, I felt like this was going to be a good game early. Then it got away from them, right? They let it get away from them at the start of that second half. They really did. It's hard to come back from that, especially with a quality team like France. First, men's Zukic, okay, in the 18th minute. 18 minutes in, boom, France scores. I think to myself, this shit's over. All right, I know that's premature to say, but I said it's over. Like, France going to control this game. I thought it's going to end like 2-0 or something. I thought it was a wrap. But then what happens? The Croatian sensations, just 10 minutes later, with an incredible equalizer. All right? Perisic. By the way, what an amazing sequence. Probably the best goal of this tournament as far as sequences goes. Right? Kicked it over the box. Right? The guy got it. Yeah, I hate pronouncing these names. Perisic. Right? They got it in, man. It was a really good sequence there. I liked it. Right? Good touches to get to that goal. A lot of control. They kept the composure, and it paid off because they got that equalized. Right? And then just 10 minutes later, handball, mano, handball in the box. Was it intentional? I don't believe it was intentional. But they called it. The ref reviewed it. I believe the ref made the right call. Now, doesn't mean I liked it because it's not. I just don't want to see that. But the ref has to make the right call. Like, you know what I mean? It's not. 38th minute. Griezmann easily. Just I never seen a guy make a penalty kick so easy. All right. Before he even touched the ball, Croatia's goalie was already falling. What was it, to his left? Griezmann just easily just boom, hit it to the opposite end of that, and it was a wrap. There was no 50-50 shot, nothing. Like it was a pretty easy penalty kick for him. There was no guessing there. He saw the opening. You could literally see it. He just shot it in, man. Just boom, just in, like nothing. All right. We go to the half, man. It's a good game. I'm thinking to myself, man, this is good. This is good. And I almost felt like, man, there's just no way France could hold Croatia at 1 here. I couldn't see it. But then it didn't matter. It just didn't matter. First of all, 59th minute. 14 minutes in the second half. Pogba. What a goal. Okay? What a goal. Okay, unbelievable goal. It's the goalie had no shot. There was no shot. You just can't do something about a goal like that. So that was devastating. You're already down 1. And then the nail in the coffin was just 6 minutes later. Mbappe, right? This guy is a future star. He already has World Cup champion. Okay. He's already got that in his credentials. I know it's a team game, but he's got that. 65th minute. Great goal, right? Croatia had to weather those early storms, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't weather the early storm in the first half. They got scored in the 18th minute, and they definitely couldn't weather it in the second half. They couldn't weather it. They were just overwhelmed by the striking ability of the French players. It was just overwhelmed. And I'm not even going to say they played terrible. I think Croatia played a really solid game overall. I really do. But just the way everything fell in place, I mean, just it was just tough, right? Now Croatia, to their credit, just 4 minutes later came back with a goal, though. Mistake by the French, huge mistake by the French goalie. So you know. That's when you hustle for that ball, when you don't give up. If the Croatian team had just given up, they don't get that goal because no one's hustling for that ball like that, right? So credit to them. They still got that second goal in the 69th minute, and they kept pressuring it, and they did create a lot of opportunities. They just couldn't get that ball behind the net, right? Credit to France. I mean, they brought it together. They phoned it in, packed the box. Croatia really needed some long-distance snipers in this match. Like, they needed it. And every time they went far, they were just way off the mark. So they created a lot of danger in the box, but there was always too many French players in there. I felt like they had to, but in fairness, I don't think they ever got the opportunity to, because they were always coming from behind. Like the French players scored early. They scored early in the first half and the second half. it's hard to overcome that. Like it couldn't unravel your entire game plan altogether. So, but what I would have liked to have seen is some long distance snipers, man. Croatia can do that. They just couldn't do it here. More shots from outside that box, you know. But nothing you could do. Nothing you can do. All right. Let me bring up the chat here really quick. By the way, shout out to France. This is well deserved, man. This is well deserved. You can't say, oh, they had an easy way, like it was easy for them. There was nothing easy here. They might have made it look easy, but it wasn't easy, right? They had to go through back-to-back South American powerhouses. They had to go through Argentina. Look, I know Argentina didn't play their best game, their best in the group stages, but I felt like they had a very good game against France, right? I think Messi, maybe there was a little lacking there, but the team overall played well. Uruguay, I think, underrated team. They were a powerhouse this time around. Uruguay was no joke this World Cup, right? I mean, they destroyed Russia, destroyed everything in their path. I know that includes Saudi Arabia, but I'm just saying, right? They beat Portugal, defending European champions. So this wasn't a team to scoff at. France got through them, right? They got through Belgium. I mean, Belgium was a team on fire. They put that fire out, right? That was a threat right there. They dealt with it easily. And Croatia is just it might not be a well-known name to the casual viewer, but I know it's not Italy, or I know it's not Spain, or I know it's not Germany. I get that, but this is a solid team, man. This was a very good team. Croatia is a really, really good team, and I think it's fair to say France has Croatia's number here, right? They just got their number. I think Croatia has problems with the speed of France. I think they have a lot of problems with that. They have a problem with that speed down the middle, with those counters, with the crosses. This team, man, this French team, I mean, they're equipped with everything. They could be better defensively, but they're good enough defensively for the offense they have. You got everything, right? They're a danger in the box. They're a danger in the crosses. They're a danger. They got long distance snipers, man. They can attack from distance. They can. They're great at counterattacks. This team is. I think they're a force to be reckoned with for the next 4 years. The next World Cup, I wouldn't be shocked if France is the favorite. It wouldn't shock me. With a young player like Mbappe, okay, they're not going anywhere. And this dude's only going to get better. He's only 19 years old. He's only 19 years old. And he's having fun out there. This kid's having fun winning the World Cup. Right? Like this is scary stuff. It's great for the viewer, but for his opponents, it's scary stuff, right? In Harbour, DStyle England's Kane won the Golden Boot. Kane won the Golden Boot. Scored the most goals, huh? They got some. Well, there you go. The Golden Boot's coming home, everybody. Well, it is some. Shit's more than Mexico got. There you go. No shame in making it all the way to the semifinal, by the way. There's no shame in that. And the third place game, let's be honest. Like, does anybody out there really care about the third place game? Like, I don't care, right? If I was a player, I honestly doubt I would play my heart out in the third place game. Could you imagine like tearing your Achilles heel or something, and like, what happened? Where did you injure that? At a third place game. Like, what? You know, this at best they were playing at what, maybe 70% effort. You know, I don't know. That's just me. Jorge Argueta says Croatia laid it on the field. Props to them. They did. They never gave up, man. They never gave up. A lot of teams would have given up. After that fourth goal by Mbappe, a lot of teams would have given up, man. They would have given up. Now, look, a couple minutes later, France's goalie made a huge mistake, and they gave Croatia that second goal. So we don't know for sure if Croatia would have given up. We don't know how that changed the whole complexity of the game, but at the end of the day, they didn't give up. Okay, they kept hustling for that ball. They kept trying. So you got to give them credit for that. Croatia's a small nation, right? But I'm telling you, man, they're turning into a powerhouse. They're not going anywhere. Neither is Belgium, right? Expect these teams to be regulars, right? In round of 16s and on. Okay, expect that. Unless they don't qualify for the World Cup, of course. I mean, you got some tough teams trying to get in, but aside from that, Joe, stop watching after the Brits got knocked out. They don't want to see France win it, right? AJ says, what up to DStyle? What up? Jamie Chavez, new conspiracy theories that the Croatian goalkeeper didn't make those saves because he plays in the French league. Oh, shit. What did they want the guy to do? You know what happens? Let me tell you what happens, okay? I don't think people understand how fast these balls are traveling, right? So like they'll show like in slow motion where the goalie like just turns around and looks at the ball going in. Like, do they not realize how much time it would have taken? By the time the goalie gets his hand up, that ball's already behind the net. Okay? The reason they look at it and go, oh, it's because it's already in. Right? These things are traveling at a huge pace. Plus, Croatia's goalie made some pretty good saves here. Right? So no, he didn't, you know. Those goals in the second half, man, they were just great goals. That's it. The penalty kick by Griezmann. I'm sorry. like it's to say that the goalie purposely did that. No, it's just that's the way it rolls, man. Right? I remember people were saying that about fucking Memo Ochoa. They were saying that in the game against Holland, oh, he could have blocked that. I forgot who made the goal. I'm trying to remember. Was it Robin or Streicher? Or I forgot who made it, but that thing was traveling so fast. There's no way. Like there's just he couldn't stop it. There's nothing he could do. All right. Like people really need to look up how fast these balls are traveling. Right. They're traveling at a pretty astonishing speed. Right. All right. Let's see here. AJ Tech Croatia played a great first half, but those mental mistakes cost them the game. Cyber Slayer, don't let this distract you from the fact that AJ turned down $50 million. The Croatian Association were fun to watch. I agree. AJ 10, France is a great team. They're not one of the best team World Cup winners I've seen, but they are still growing. Yeah, like there wasn't really any like, oh my God, this team is unbelievable. There wasn't really that team this year, but I think in the next coming years, though, the Germans are going to restructure. They're going to rebuild, and they're going to come back with a vengeance. So watch out for Germany, right? Brazil is always going to be there, you know. Cyberness there said Brazil would have allowed 8 more goals. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Brazil's never going to let Live that down, man. That 7-1 loss is going to haunt Brazil until they win another World Cup, right? That's it. AJ10's hoping for Dutch and Italy to come back. Yeah, I miss the Netherlands were definitely missing in this World Cup. Italy as well, you know. Mbappe will be a young player in 2026. So in 8 years, he'll be 20, what, 26 or 27? That's insane, right? He'll be in his prime, too. We might be able to see a young Mbappe, all right, in 2026, unless he gets injured or something. Yeah, watch out for Brazil. Neymar will step up his flopping game, says Joe Lopez for the ounce. He'll take it to a whole nother level. All right. "2026, the Latin American team takes it." They have to. Well, that's what they said about Brazil, AJ10. People were like, "Oh, this is in Brazil. More likely Brazil, but if not, then it'll be somebody else." Like, you know, like we'll see. But now, shout out to 2030. It looks like the two major bidders for 2030 are the combination of Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay. Okay, they're all getting together, right? Doing a joint venture of trying to get the World Cup back to South America in those countries. That's interesting. Okay, that is very, very, very interesting. And then the other ones are England, right? From what I've seen though, like England's not even including the UK. No, like just England. You know, like they don't like the other UK countries so bad. It's just them. Like even though they see that it's you're more than likely to get it if you team up with other countries, they're still like nah, England. You're gonna do it in England. We're gonna do it in Wembley. You know, this is where AJ fights. If they could do UK or you know something like that, you know, you're still going to play as England. It's not a big deal, you know. Like Mexico and US aren't going to play together, even though they're hosting. You know, like I'm just saying. Now the question is, where would you guys prefer the World Cup? Out of it looks like those are the two more than likely candidates. You know, it's either England or the combination of Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. It will be the 100th anniversary. Uruguay wants to be a part of it since they were the first host nation, and they think it makes sense, right? So they have a good argument there, by the way. Plus, they got Paraguay and you know, and Argentina. Argentina's a powerhouse, so they got that as some help there. You know what I mean? And Paraguay, you know, Paraguay really wants to help host this shit. Because they can host that shit, like you already know. And they don't got to worry about qualifying in the South American region, right? They'll be good. That's what Paraguay wants in. They're like, hey, I'm in. But I'll tell you what, though, I have a hard time imagining. Maybe Brazil will, but I don't know about like Chile and Peru. I don't know if they'll be in favor of that. Because it's already difficult to qualify in South America. It's already extremely difficult to qualify. And those three are going to, like, so you're telling me all three of them already got an automatic, you know, like they've already qualified, like automatically? That's crazy, right? Like, you can't be happy about that if you're Peru and shit. You know, you're like, what? And if you're Chile, like, you can't be happy about that. You cannot. Right? So I have a hard time believing that they'll help vote for that. Okay. As for England, you know, a lot of European nations may very well vote for in favor of that. So England might win the bid. Because you got to think about it. If you're Brazil, do you really want to risk not making it to the World Cup? FIFA's gonna have to make really clear how is the qualifications gonna work in South America. Are they all gonna automatically qualify? Does Venezuela get in too, or what? Like, how is this gonna work? England won't get it to Cybernet Slayer. I just told you how they can get it. Jalop's 40 ounces Argentina stadiums are all dated. From here to 2030, believe me, they'll create some new ones. I mean, Qatar didn't have shit, okay, and they're hosting the World Cup. You were right about England, says Ibrahim. On what I think, Hunterlar scored penalty against Memo. No, it wasn't a penalty. Not the penalty. The goal they scored, like to the equalizer. Jalop's 40 ounce. I'd rather have it in England, better stadiums. Yeah, they got Wembley, right? Won't Cumbo get 2 more spots in 2026 as AJ10? So isn't that like everybody already? So they're all going to get in anyway, or what? What's going on here? what's going on over here? Like what's the issue? Well, I guess Venezuela won't be the ones going in more likely, right? We'll see what other bidders emerge. We'll see. Asia, all I know is that Asia and North America, CONCACAF, will not be able to bid in 2030. Like they can't bid because they already got Qatar is considered Asia, and then you got, you got the North America one in 2026. So it was CONCACAF. So an African nation technically can throw their hat in the bid. They can technically do that, right? But I don't know, man. I don't know what combination of African nations to do it. I wish that Netherlands and I'm trying to think here. If Netherlands and Belgium, I would rather see that than England. But let's see here. Pulling up a map. Let's look at this map, right? Let's look at this. They're gonna do it in England. Right? Let's see here. Netherlands and Belgium say J10. Sneta is his name. There you go. Yeah. Memo wasn't going to block. Nobody was going to block that. There's no way. It's retarded. But people look at the replay and they see Memo just turn around when the ball's already behind the net. That's how fast the ball fucking traveled, people. Look at it in real time. Don't look at it in slow motion. Oh, but in slow motion, you could see that he could have blocked it. Like, look, obviously, like here's the thing, right? If it was happening in slow motion, then yeah, the Memo would have seen it coming because it's in slow motion. But that's not how we see things. All right? Like that thing was the opposite of slow motion, right? Oh, Memo sold out. Like, he could have blocked that. Like, what are you guys? So all the other ones he blocked, like, were just for kicks or what? Wembley would be the only stadium they use for the World Cup. I mean, look. Let me tell you something, man. England could host a World Cup like next year if they wanted to. You know what I mean? That's not a problem. They have the stadiums for it. But for them to win the bid, though, the way they're doing the World Cup now it's like it's going to be like 48 countries, and it's going to be bigger now. It's going to be far more games, and it just feels like, especially with North America, and then you got like 3 South American countries together, and to me, it just feels like, you know, like they're gonna, like that's a new way, and UK would be perfect, right? If they could have the UK host it, then that makes sense, you know? What about, I mean, I know maybe it's not likely, but England, Scotland, Wales, they could do it. They can do it. Wales and Scotland could host 10 games just like Mexico and Canada are. They could do it. How are the stadiums in Wales and Scotland? They got good stadiums, right? It's not like they don't got stadiums. I saw Calzaghe fight in the stadiums in Wales. Didn't AJ fight in Wales? Like they only feud with each other when it comes to soccer, but when everything else, like they're cool, right? 48 countries is too much. Yeah, I do agree with that, guys. But I can't change that. Like, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. Like, I'm just saying, right? England has the infrastructure to host, but they would probably need to make it UK. You know, if you want to compete, you know, if you, but then again, you got to look at the flip side here, right? If you're a European country, they see Scotland and Wales are going to get a free ride to the World Cup, would you vote for that? Like, think about it. Like, if you're Croatia or Belgium or Italy or whoever, France, I don't care who you are you really going to give 2 free rides, 2 free tickets, 2 of your spots to Scotland and Wales? Like, even though they're adding more, I know they're adding more now, but still, you're still giving a free ride to 2 countries. It's already tough to make it in Europe, right? So it's, I mean, if you ask Bruce Arena, it's a piece of cake, right? Because according to Bruce Arena, the hot shot European nations couldn't make it in CONCACAF qualifying. I don't know what Bruce Arena was smoking when he made that statement, but damn, that must have been some good shit, right? But anyway, what is hot shot European countries think they are? Like, yeah, it was just an all European semifinal in a fucking World Cup. You fucking blithering idiot, right? But anyway, Spain and Portugal, yeah. Well, 48 is too much, but it's going to be 48, guys. We can't stop that. 16 teams are being added here, right? What if Ireland hosted? Like, just Ireland by themselves? Like, what type of a shot do you guys think Ireland would have? Now, how many people would vote for Ireland? So, I'm not a fan of multi-nations hosting the cup at once. I get it. It's not against the rules, though. It's not unprecedented either. I mean, Japan and South Korea did it. AJ10 says, no way Ireland can do it. Why not? Qatar got it. Like, if Qatar can do it, well, why can't Ireland do it? Right? I still can't believe they're wasting the fucking World Cup in Qatar, man. I can't believe it. Ireland. Well, then again, the Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland, what have they got together, right? What about both those nations together, right? Like a joint venture. You think they could do it? Like Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, right? Together. One, just call it Ireland. Cyber says this is Australia. I've been saying Australia I would prefer Australia over Qatar any day. Any day. Australia would be great. Australia's hosting Olympics and shit. They could do it. They could even do like Australia and New Zealand or something if they want. Okay, but I don't think it's Australia part of. Who's Australia with? Did they get out of Oceania? Did they stay in Oceania? I don't even know. Because I know, didn't Australia beat Honduras to advance to the World Cup in a playoff? So, yeah, I wouldn't mind Australia at all. Australia would be great. The time would be all jacked up, but that's all right. I think like the daytime games over there would be like nighttime here. Like, the day before or like a day behind, but still, it would work out perfectly in Australia. Teams probably have to go over there like a few weeks in advance and shit, but what about like who'll be so tripped out like bits here, man? Like can you imagine like Thailand and the Philippines or fucking um like Greenland and Antarctica or some shit. Like just imagine Iran and Iraq. Like, can you imagine? Like, they put a bid in. Like, is that against the rules? Like, what's to stop them from doing it? Right? I know those countries don't like each other, but um, I know somebody had put who the hell put fucking Israel and Palestine. Like, I'm just like, come on now, that's just wrong. What about like Sweden, Norway, and Denmark or something like that? No, nobody ever mentions those countries, right? Nobody ever says anything about them. Like the Finland, Sweden, Norway area right there, they could also World Cup right there, right? Like they can do it right there, folks. Okay. Look at this. I mean, I know they just had it recently, but I wouldn't mind it in South Africa again. I really like the South Africa World Cup. What about Kazakhstan? Where Triple G's from? Like maybe he could help bid for him or some shit, right? Or how about this? What if like what if what if right? Big what if? What if like Wembley like bid like all by themselves? They like Wembley. Like, well, what do you mean Wembley? Yeah, it's just Wembley. Like the whole event will be in Wembley. Like Wembley will host everything. Like just in Wembley. Can you imagine that shit? Like Wembley's where it's at. Maybe, maybe not. Look at this here. So yeah, Hurricane won the Golden Boot. Even though he got a majority of those goals, like in 2 games, but it's all good. It's all good. No problem. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna look up here 2030 World Cup to see if there's been any updates on any recent bidders here. World Cup, FIFA World Cup 2030. Check it out. Check it out. Let's see. I just realized my screen was frozen. All right. It's all good in the neighborhood. Let's see here. So there's going to be 48 teams. That's already confirmed from 6 confederations. So it looks like Oceania will get a spot now, apparently. There has been whispers about North Korea and South Korea, but I doubt that's going to happen. Tunisia and Algeria. Morocco has Morocco wants to co-bid with Tunisia and Algeria. So that's one option, right? But there's also been talks about England that they're in talks with the other home nations over a UK-wide bid to host the event. So it looks like that's changed here, right? Interesting. All right, so Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay are the front runners right now. This shit has to get voted on, so there's no guarantee here. But Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, they want to host. They already have a logo and everything. Okay, and that's when you know they're not playing around. Okay, like they got a logo, like they got the colors of the flags in the logo, kind of in a circular motion, looking like a soccer ball. It's this shit's insane, right? Morocco are waiting on Algeria and Tunisia that they may do a co-bid, and apparently, the UEFA, right? So it looks like the European bid would be England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Okay, all together. And of course, believe it or not, apparently South Korea is waiting on North Korea, Japan, and China for a bid. However, they're not eligible to bid, so they might have to wait through 2034, right? So latest, they can't bid. I don't know what they're waiting on. So which would you guys prefer? Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, or Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia? Interesting. So there is technically African nations bidding, right? I don't know what you guys prefer. Me personally, I would like to see the UK idea is a good idea, man. I like it. And South America just literally just had it 4 years ago. So I'm good with either one. I do wish Australia would put in a bid. Australia would be it'll be a strong bid, man, because it's a lot of countries will love Australia because, I mean, come on, we all know they're not going to win the World Cup. So, and it'll be basically neutral grounds. It'll be neutral grounds for everybody. And that's kind of what you want. That's, it's, to me anyway, it's having a neutral grounds, works for everybody, I think. And it'll be interesting. Like, I don't know who would be favored in that terrain, in that type of climate, that is. Not the terrain, but the climate. South American teams or European teams, I have no idea, right? I have no clue. With that said, guys, I'm going to wrap this thing up. We're going to end this on that note. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat here. This is D Style, and I'm out. Peace.